To me, it's just hatred towards this young lady. Only thing she's doing, like you said, is out here. She's playing the game
She's
of
just trying to play
basketball,
basketball.
and she's having fun doing it.
I love her game. A lot like Steph. She reminds me of
Yep.
Steph Curry a lot. You know,
Anybody that does something flagrant to this young lady for what she's brought to the game should be suspended and fined big time for doing.
Caitlin Clark is rewriting the rules of basketball, and the entire world is watching. With her bold moves and unstoppable energy, Clark has become a standout sensation, drawing praise from fans, analysts, and even some of the biggest names in NBA history. Few WNBA players have ever generated this level of buzz, especially from the legends who helped shape the game. Her impact is undeniable. Whether she's breaking records or dazzling with her on-court brilliance, Caitlin isn't just playing basketball. She's transforming it. Young athletes everywhere are studying her every move, but not everyone is cheering her on. As with any rising star, Clark has faced a share of doubters and critics. Some have questioned the sustainability of her success, while others have downplayed her influence. That's when two basketball icons stepped in, Michael Jordan and Larry Bird. Two of the most respected figures in the sport decided it was time to speak up. Their support could shift the entire conversation surrounding Clark's journey. And their message, powerful, clear, and long overdue, in many ways, Caitlin's rise mirrors that of another icon, Allen Iverson. Much like Iverson reshaped the NBA with his swagger and signature style, Clark is paving a bold new path for the WNBA. Stay tuned. The story of Caitlin Clark is far from over, and it's already one for the history books.
Man, shoot the blood out of the ball. You know what I mean? I never seen anything like it. You know what I mean? And then just how aggressive she is, you know, and not just scoring the basketball, getting her teammates involved as well. I think she's so great for the game. You know what I mean? It was a pleasure watching her, and I just think down the road, she's going to only get...
It's no surprise that Allen Iverson understands Caitlin Clark's brilliance. In many ways, her game reflects his own. Iverson has been quick to applaud Clark's role as a dynamic offensive force, the kind of player who doesn't just contribute, but who drives a team. That was Iverson's specialty during his prime, and he sees that same fire in Caitlin from day one. Both Iverson and Clark were handed the keys to their teams. The pressure was immediate, and so was the responsibility to produce. They both embraced that challenge with intensity. Iverson points to Clark's aggression and confidence as essential traits for anyone leading from the front. But it's not just about scoring. What truly sets players like Caitlin apart is their vision, creativity, and ability to elevate everyone around them. Clark, despite being one of the youngest on her team, already has elite instincts as a playmaker. Like Iverson before her, she's a floor raiser, someone whose presence lifts the entire squad. Whether she's drawing defenders, creating open shots for teammates, or making the extra pass, she changes the rhythm of the game. Iverson once led a scrappy Sixers squad all the way to the NBA Finals through sheer brilliance. Now, basketball fans are eager to see just how far Caitlin Clark can take her team. And according to Iverson, she's only just getting started.
Love about her, she never says a word. And now, when I watch her, two things I like. She's playing much faster, much faster. She was playing too slow the first half of the season.
From the college season.
They didn't even give her the understanding, like, you girls been ready for the WNBA season. Y'all been working out on the no-strip. She came straight out.
Caitlin Clark is only getting started, and the future couldn't look brighter. As she continues to grow, there's little doubt she'll find a way to lift her team to new heights. The big question now is whether the Indiana Fever can build a roster that supports her talents. The right role players could be the key to unlocking Clark's path to the biggest stages. Just like Allen Iverson once had to fight for, Iverson wasn't just a star. He was a showstopper. Fans were glued to every crossover, every fearless drive. Caitlin Clark brings that same energy. She's a natural entertainer who turns every game into a must-watch spectacle. But with the spotlight comes scrutiny. Iverson had his battles with the media, often finding himself at the center of controversy. Clark, on the other hand, seems to have mastered the off-court game early. Her calm demeanor in interviews, thoughtful answers, and grace under pressure show a level of maturity beyond her years. That grace hasn't gone unnoticed. NBA legend and longtime broadcaster Charles Barkley recently praised Clark's media presence. As someone who's lived under the sports media microscope for decades, Barkley understands how hard it is to strike that balance. He's impressed by how seamlessly Clark manages both the game and the glare. For any modern athlete, excelling on the court and keeping a polished image off it is a major feat. Clark is proving she can do both, and that's just one more reason greatness is in her future.
You think people love Caitlin Clark besides her skills?
She can shoot threes from logo.
We never seen that before. That's my point. Steph
Okay.
Curry, a little kid. Like Steph Curry, I love, you know why I love Steph Curry? Because I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before. I've seen it a little bit in Mahmoud Abdul-Roh, but I've never seen a guy consistently come down. And if you look at, like if you saw Steph on the street, he ain't got the LeBron muscles. He's not 6'9", he's 6'10". He look like a perfect, normally office guy.
Yeah.
But he's doing stuff that people never seen before. She's doing stuff we never seen before. Never seen nobody do that on the consistent.
Caitlin Clark is thriving in every aspect of the game, inside the paint, beyond the arc, and everywhere in between. What sets her apart isn't just her talent, but her relentless work ethic and elite mindset. With massive expectations from fans and franchises, she hasn't just met the moment. She's exceeded it. She's taken hard hits, both literal and metaphorical, but never backed down. In fact, she's proven to be far tougher than many expected. The most impressive part, she keeps getting better as the season progresses. Adjusting to the WNBA's physicality is no small feat, especially coming from college basketball, where the pace and physical demands are vastly different. Clark's transition has been even more difficult due to targeted defensive pressure. From her first game, opponents have gone after her with extra intensity, but she hasn't flinched. Her ability to absorb contact and keep performing speaks to serious behind-the-scenes preparation. She's clearly putting in the physical work, not just relying on skill or finesse. This evolution has surprised some fans who once saw her as all flash and shooting. But now it's clear, Caitlin Clark is built to last. Dominance in basketball takes many forms. Shaquille O'Neal, often called the most dominant force in NBA history, recently revealed that his favorite player isn't someone who shares his size or style. It's Steph Curry. That contrast is telling. Shaq respects greatness in any form, and he sees that same greatness in Caitlin Clark. On a recent episode of Unapologetically Angel, hosted by her fiercest on-court rival Angel Reese, Shaq didn't hold back. He praised Clark's dominance and compared her impact to Curry's, not through brute force, but through brilliance. According to Shaq, what Caitlin and Steph bring is something basketball had never seen before, a revolutionary spark that reshapes the game. To Shaq, that's what real dominance looks like.
The most popular WNBA player, but she's not the best at this time. Just like Larry and I were not the best when we entered the league. We became the best later on by our play. Caitlin still has to play great to become the best WNBA player.
Shaquille O'Neal's recent comments about Caitlin Clark stirred up serious conversation and revealed a few deeper truths. Shaq openly admitted that Clark is doing things no other WNBA player has done before. Even Angel Reese, her biggest rival, had to acknowledge her skill, though she seemed to downplay it by saying she can shoot threes from the logo. But here's the truth, that is a big deal. Draining deep threes with consistency isn't just flashy, it's an elite skill that draws fans, changes game plans, and redefines expectations. Shaq knows this. He pointed out that Clark's unprecedented shooting range is one reason arenas are selling out and the WNBA is getting a boost in viewership. Shaq may have even thrown some subtle shade. Reese has publicly questioned whether Clark is the sole reason for the league's increased attention. But Shaq's focus on Clark's talent, and not her opponents, sends a clear message. The difference in their offensive arsenals is becoming hard to ignore, and Shaq isn't alone. Basketball icon Michael Jordan recently broke his silence on Clark, and he didn't hold back. Jordan praised Caitlin for elevating the WNBA's visibility and energy, saying the league owes her a tremendous amount for the excitement she's brought. But he didn't stop there. He also called for a complete overhaul of WNBA officiating, hinting that the league must evolve as quickly as its stars. These endorsements from two of basketball's greatest voices signal something major. Caitlin Clark isn't just changing how the game is played. She's changing the game itself. Jordan didn't mince words. He called out the officiating in the WNBA and made it clear, Caitlin Clark hasn't been getting a fair whistle. His message was simple but powerful. It's time for the league to give Clark the respect she's earned, both from opponents and officials. When the greatest basketball player of all time speaks, the world listens. His support makes one thing clear. Caitlin Clark isn't just a rising star. She's a game changer. At the center of this storm is her fierce rivalry with Angel Reese, a rivalry that's ushering in one of the most exciting eras in WNBA history. It's reminiscent of the NBA's early days, when viewership was low and the league struggled for attention, until two stars arrived, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. Their legendary NCAA clash and NBA rivalry electrified fans and changed basketball forever. Now history is repeating itself. The women's NCAA tournament shattered records largely due to the high-stakes showdown between Caitlin and Angel. And now, with both in the WNBA, the league is experiencing a surge in viewership and cultural impact. Fans and media are calling Clark and Reese the Magic and Bird of the WNBA. And Magic Johnson agrees that he sees the same spark and the same potential to reshape a sport. In fact, Magic believes Caitlin Clark has what it takes to become the greatest WNBA player of all time. With legends like Jordan, Shaq, and Magic behind her, it's becoming harder for anyone to deny. We are witnessing the beginning of something truly historic.